welcome to Anchor Network, where you get updates of things happening around you and things you would like to know. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to this channel and those who are yet to subscribe. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the red button and also click the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we publish any news. This time around, we have wonderful news for you that you will be glad that you are aware of. Stay tuned. The same question this government was asking some months ago. They were asking Obasanjo that where is the $16 billion budgeted for the power sector since 1999. Now the same question is being put to them and they need to answer it. Buhari, where is the $16 million for mosquito nets? Wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has shown a lot of courage in speaking truth to power. Herself being part of that power unit, she could compare to a person who looks at oneself in a mirror once in a while as part of ingrained self-examination in order to remain on the righteous path. Although it has been a while now since she became known for saying it the way it is to a government which her husband oversees and leads, I only took particular interest in her truth saying campaign a fortnight ago during one of the pre-inauguration events at the State House, where she criticized the federal government's purchase of mosquito nets. As an environmentalist, I know what is at stake. Malaria is a major public health problem, particularly in a sub-Saharan Africa where it has major economic and wealth consequences. For instance, in 2015, there were 240 million cases of malaria worldwide, including 438,000 fatal ones. 90% of these cases occurred in a sub-Saharan Africa, including more than 35% in Nigeria and the Democratic Republic of Congo alone. In Nigeria, it is endemic with more than 90% of our population at risk. Interestingly, the most recognized and cost-effective preventive method against the disease are environmental related. At the event, described as an interactive meeting with women, the First Lady in clear terms expressed reservations of the $16 million counterpart fund expended by the federal government on the purchase of insecticide-treated mosquito nets for Nigeria's anti-malaria scheme. In her words, I have heard about mosquito nets. Nigeria paid its counterpart fund $16 million. I asked them to give me my own share of the net to send it to my village people. I didn't get it. They have spent $16 million on buying mosquito nets. I did not get it. Maybe some people have got it, but I feel that is my opinion. 16 million is enough to fumigate mosquitoes in Nigeria. That's my opinion. First of all, we must clearly recognize that there are two aspects of Aisha's comments, which, by the way, carry so much weight in spite of her insinuating otherwise with her "that's my opinion" anchor. The first side is the obvious meaning: the government is corrupt and wasteful. It spends a whopping $16 million as counterpart fund in importing mosquito nets and nobody has seen the nets. The other part of the comment carries the hidden meaning, and it is as sad as it is ironical. The message is that eco-related matters are so vague and perspectively unimportant that the government uses it as an excuse to siphon the people's commonwealth right under their very nose. From mosquito nets to fumigation gear, every government in power finds an environmental excuse for corruption, the same way the ecological fund has become another term for official sludge fund. Seen in this light, people from my side of the world are so consoled by the fact that a sitting first lady is waxing eco-friendly, as a slave on board a sinking slave ship is comforted by the captain shouting his navigation coordinates to a rescue frigate in the hearing of a pirate armada. Give or take, the information becomes a tool for further oppression. In a country where government officials are on the lookout for ideas to pad budget heads without arousing the curiosity of auditors, fumigation could be used to replace mosquito nets as another item for stealing public funds. Let us not forget that some state governors come up with brilliant ideas on ecological vulnerabilities just as to lay their hands on the so-called ecological fund. In fact, they sing and dance when mother nature happens to send a genuine ecological hazard. Yet, it is a sad commentary on our governance consciousness and evolution that a project as rudimentary as distribution of insecticide mosquito net project has zero impact on the nation's social development landscape. Even more damning is the reality that this present government rode to the saddle of state power on the mantra of change. If a people-oriented program as small as anti-malaria drive cannot be fed, then it should hide its head in shame. The true change would have been in navigating the country away from the practice past governments used to rub us blind under the ecological nomenclature. Then the next level would have followed with instituting the relevant structures and upgrading the human capital to ensure the new trajectory is sustained. That, I believe, is the spirit driving Buhari's wife. For no enlightened citizens will miss concerning the dots between today's widespread corruption and the charade sold Nigerians as social solutions. Surely the monies wasted in importing mosquito nets could have been used to fumigate and enclaves of the country with more visible impacts. After all, the nets are not available for the people to use even when they have already been purchased by the government. It is almost like a deja vu. About 10 years ago, the Cuban government donated compact fluorescent lamps to Nigeria as counterpart fund for a national energy efficiency project, but the products were not seen. The project subsequently dissipated without achieving the required goals. In a UNDP-sponsored pilot project co-funded by the Cuban government, which supplied 1 million CFLs worth $819,000 with Nigeria counterfund of about $1.5 million for installation at various selected residential, commercial, and public sites to demonstrate the benefits of using CFLs over old incandescent bulbs. The project was designed as among the lowest low-hanging fruits in fighting climate change. It aimed to accelerate national initiatives to replace old bulbs with EECFLS by overcoming market barriers in Nigeria and by setting international energy and performance standards in order to build consumer confidence. But no one saw the impact as the products were not on ground. What is more, was it not President Muhammadu Buhari who asked former governments the controversial question, where is the $16 billion budgeted for the power sector since 1999? Now that his wife said she cannot see any IT nets, let him ask again and ask his own men, where is the $16 million for mosquito nets? Of course, past Nigerian governments have also squandered golden opportunities to take Nigeria to the next level, ecologically speaking. But if the present administration wants to really take the country to the next level, it has to chart a new course and not to the path of past eco-corruption. And in cases where past projects could be dusted up and reviewed, it must do so. This is because whether we like it or not, Buhari's wife is the mother of the nation. Now that the Mother Earth is speaking to us through her, the government and the people of Nigeria have no choice but to listen. There are two or three things I would like to take from this. First and foremost, the same government preaching corruption, fight against corruption, pointing fingers at others. Now a lot of corruption going on under their nose, yet they cannot say anything, yet they cannot come out boldly. They are always bold to call other people thieves. And secondly, they ask Obasanjo that where is the light? Just like what we have read, is saying, where is the mosquito net they talked about? So I will leave it for you guys to dissect and be able to leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much.